Hi friends, Etheria here, and today I'm going to be talking about my first ever Week 1 Savage experience, as well as my thoughts on the Savage delay. So I did do some of last tier. I cleared P1, P2, and I got to the Enrage of P4, meaning like the first Enrage, so I did half of P4. And I did not really love that tier. I was really disappointed. I played Scholar, and I was in a static that I made, and we only met about once a week. And I think it was a great experience for me just to get comfortable with doing statics. But moving forward, it definitely isn't the type of static I would join again. I would probably go for something a little more serious, which is fine. You know, everybody in the static was fantastic. But I do think that I now know that I would like to prog faster and like more often, I guess. So part of the reason that tier was so disappointing for me was because P1 and P2 were literally just way too easy. There was hardly any healing to be done, and my group did start in like February. We weren't doing it week 1. I think it was like mid-February or something. So we already had some gear, and I didn't feel like we had to worry that much about mitigation rotations. It was like there was 2 big hits throughout that needed to be mitigated. It was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculously easy, in my opinion. For me. It was not the challenge that I was looking for, and I barely got to heal. And I was playing a shield healer, and the problem was like, it's not that shield healers never get to heal, it's that in those dungeons there wasn't enough outgoing damage that I really needed to help with. It was like my pure healer could have solo healed that on her own, pretty much. And she pretty much did. I just offered mitigation, really. And I hated that. That wasn't what I wanted. That wasn't what I wanted for a Savage fight, and that really kind of, I don't know, the whole experience almost put me off Savage raids, to be honest, because not only was it not what I was expecting or hoping for, but also I kind of got tired of the commitment of being in a static and having to meet every single week and meeting for months. You know, I was like, I just didn't want to do it anymore. And we ultimately did disband. And that was when I tried doing P4 a little bit on my own Party Finder, but you know, even Party Finder, it was okay, but it wasn't like the best experience. And by that point, P4 was a little bit easier and maybe about as hard as an extreme mode, maybe a little bit harder. But I couldn't find a group that could get past the Enrage, and I just kind of ended up giving up, especially because I knew the next tier was coming, and I kind of wanted a break from the raiding in general, because it was like, why was I even doing it at that point? I started doing P4 because I wanted the mount and I wanted the glam, and I still do, but I think I might go back to it after this tier is over and try to get those things, but it just was not, like I said, it wasn't what I was hoping for Savage. But this tier, my friend made me some of the crafted gear. I wasn't sure if I was gonna hop in. I didn't want to be in a static because I felt like I wasn't up for that commitment again. And so I went into Party Finder. I wasn't sure if I was going to do that, but then week 1 I decided to do it, probably because other people told me that week 1 was the best time to do it, especially in Party Finder. They were like, there's gonna be more groups to run with, there's going to be better players, apparently. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And the first kind of 2 groups I was in were just okay. People didn't come in Discord, and I need to do a really quick tangent here. Why are you not going in Discord? If you're a Party Finder raider, please tell me why you are not going in Discord, you guys. Discord is great for communication. You can go in there, and some people that are feeling comfortable and confident can do callouts. You guys can discuss the mechanics. Why do we keep failing here? Hey, where should I put my mitigation? Especially in week 1. Like, how are you gonna pass without that communication? Like, people, you literally need to have a mitigation rotation, and everybody needs to be in on it, because some people's mitigation is going to be in cooldown, so you need to make sure that everybody didn't use their mitigation on the same freaking, like, damage dealing, raid-wide, whatever the hell. Like, you guys, why are you not going in Discord, okay? Why are you not going in Discord? In your Party Finder, it's so ridiculous, but like, they just want to silently, it's like Party Finder just wants to silently go through these fights, and it makes no sense, because you're sitting there in silence, and like, you're not coordinating very well at all, and like, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing, or like, maybe you know what you're doing, but nobody else does, but you can't explain it to them, because typing it all up is difficult. It just really gets me. So I would love to know in the comments, if you're a Party Finder raider, are you too shy to go in Discord? Like, you don't have to talk, but are you too shy? Like, what is going on? What is going on with Party Finder? Why are they not going in Discord? It is strange. It is strange to me. But anyways, what the heck was I talking about? Okay. Party Finder. The first 2 experiences were okay, but not great, because again, I couldn't get everybody in Discord. But I happened to find a group. It was 5 out of 8 static. And they were like, hey, we got a 5 out of 8 static, Discord available. And I was like, yes. So I joined that group, and I've actually been raiding with them since because they're a great group. They're really fun. They have a pretty good handle on things, like they have a lot of experience, and I think they learn at a similar pace as I do, but they're also not like too serious. We're still making jokes, we're still chatting, when we can, you know, we want to clear comms for call outs and stuff, but we're having a good time together. The vibe is there. It's a good vibe. So I've been raiding with them, and having that experience and having a good group to be raiding with has shown me how much I actually really enjoy week 1 raiding. So maybe next year I actually will join a static so that I don't have to worry about having a place and being able to join a group, because I'm not technically part of their static. I might ask to join. I'm not sure what I want to do yet because they raid a lot, but I'm really enjoying raiding with them. And basically what I want to say is that week 1, everything hits like a truck. And if you're a healer and you're like me, where you're like, I never get to heal, you will love this because you will have to heal a lot. I am healing a lot. I am literally like, I wouldn't say I'm struggle busing it, but let me tell you, my dot is falling off. My dot is falling off, and I'm like, oh crap, my dot. How long has that been falling off for? Like, there is, not only do you have to like pay attention to the mechanics and do them right and mitigate in a rotation that works with your group, because everything hits like a truck, and if you don't mitigate, you actually might die. Like, I died in P5 because we didn't have our mitigation rotation quite set yet. We were still progging, and I died because we didn't have any mitigation up. And yeah, it's fantastic. It is fantastic. I love that challenge, and I just love the healing output. There's actually so much healing to do. And even as a shield healer, you will be healing. And let me tell you, shield healing is invaluable. I feel like we don't realize this in the normals, maybe a little bit in the extremes, but like the extra, not only like they are like the support for the support. Like the shield healer is like the support for the pure healer. And it is a beautiful thing. When you guys can work together, it is a beautiful thing, because not only do they make your job as the pure healer easier by like using mitigation, but when you are like maybe running out of lilies, or you whatever, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you're just having a little trouble, they're there to back you up. They've got their Numa. They've got their whatever, you know, recitation, indom, whatever they choose to use. They've got it. They're waiting to help you. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful freaking thing. So I also have done a little bit of P6. I think we're like 3/4 of the way through the prog of that fight. I don't like it as much as P5, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it's as fun. I don't think the mechanics are quite as fun. I don't think the healing is quite as fun, but it's not bad. I mean, it's still the same situation where like, I'm happy to be able to heal. I'm happy to have to heal. I'm happy they're like, you have to heal this raid wide. So it's still good. It's still good. P5 is better, but it's still good. Excited to see what's in store for P7 and P8. So those are my excitements and feelings about week 1. I might now be a Savage Raider. I didn't know that was gonna happen because I literally had such mixed feelings. I had such mixed feelings about Savage before this, but now I'm on board. I'm even possibly on board with joining a static, like next tier. This tier I might just, for now I'm gonna stick with the group that I've been going with. But next tier I will probably join a static ahead of time. Maybe I'll go with these people again, who knows? But yeah, I've definitely changed from somebody who was like skeptical, unsure, disappointed to like, I'm on board, I'm in. So now I want to talk about the delay. If you don't know, SE decided to delay the Savage tier by 1 week. So basically 6.2 dropped, and for a week there was no Savage. I love this. And I personally don't think that I would have been able to raid week 1 if not for this. I know there was some mixed feelings about it when they announced that, but for me personally, I enjoy a lot of the different content in this game. Like literally the only thing I hate in this game is probably crafting. At least one of the things. The main thing I can think of that I hate in this game is crafting. I abhor it, okay? If you love crafting, I love you because you can do it for me, but I fucking hate it. Anyway. So for me, I enjoy the MSQ, and I thought that this patch's MSQ was just fantastic. I loved it. I loved every minute of it, every second even. It was so good. And I was also interested in doing Island Sanctuary, and even though I made a video critiquing it, I actually quite like Island Sanctuary. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I don't know, I have like this weird, like I really like it. I literally go there every day and there's like nothing to do because I've maxed out, and like the only thing to do every day is like water my crops, feed my pets, and like gather any crops that I've got. Like there's really like not even 30 minutes of content for me to play. I still have a few Pokemon to capture, but like I'm just saying, like there's barely anything for me to do on my island, but I still go there looking for something to do because I like it. I don't know why I like it, but I do. Like obviously it's not without flaws, but I genuinely am enjoying the Island Sanctuary. Obviously the Extreme Trial dropped too, and I did that the first week. Probably would wait a couple days before doing that after it drops because I was so frustrated with how every single party in Party Finder was like learning the fight anew because everybody had different strats and different markers, and it was a little lot. So I would probably wait a few days before jumping into that again because I jumped into that shit right away. I was like, I'm getting on this train, and I don't regret it, but now I know that I would wait in the future. But I would still probably do it the first week of the patch dropped. I would just give it maybe 3 days for people to get their strats down. But I'm just saying, like, there's actually a lot to do, right? Like, when a new patch drops, there's a lot of content, there's a lot of stuff that you want to do. And even if you are interested in doing the raids, now you get to enjoy the story of the normal raids while you're unlocking them. You don't have to rush through it. So for me, I really think that the biggest benefit to them delaying this by a week is that people do not have to rush through content. Everyone can enjoy the content. And it also, in my opinion, allows for more people to join in week 1, because I would not have joined week 1. I mean, maybe I would have, and I would have joined like 3 or 4 days after the patch dropped. But in general, I was so happy that I got to do the content I wanted to do and not have to worry about Savage raiding and being behind in Savage raiding or anything of that sort. I don't really know what the counter arguments toward the delay are. I know there was some worries about the fights being too easy and not scaled to having one piece of tombstone gear, but it sounds like that's not the case. I'm actually seeing some complaints about especially the door boss being a little bit too hard. So I don't know, maybe crafters are unhappy with this change. I would love to know in the comments if there's a reason why the delay is seen as a bad thing. I would love to know, because the way I see it, I really feel that it's hugely beneficial to a majority of people, even people that are like world first raiders and like speed killers. I would imagine that as long as the fights are still challenging for them and allow them to optimize and be their perfect selves, they're probably happy with the delay as well. But yeah, I personally really like the delay, and I sincerely hope that they continue doing it in the future, because I'm gonna be really sad if they don't, because I'm not going to be able to be a week 1 raider, and I found out that I love being a week 1 raider. So Essie, here's one vote towards keeping that beautiful delay. I'm going to wrap things up here because I have a tendency to babble and I think I've talked enough. But as always, please leave your own thoughts in the comments, and remember to leave a sacrifice for Lord Algorithm in the form of a like, share, subscribe, or comment, as I just said. As always, thank you so much for watching. Bye!